right, here we are. We finally got the rental car, and we're on the way to the middle of the desert. And we were a little delayed because of our flight got delayed out of Dallas. Well, the flight was coming to Birmingham from Dallas, so we left about an hour and a half late from Birmingham. So that kind of throws off our plan of getting here in time to catch the Milky Way core setting. So now we're just going to go back. We're going to go check in the hotel room first and then unload all the extra suitcases and stuff we don't need, which will be very helpful because we've already got this entire Jeep full already, as you can see there. And then we'll just go back out there. We'll just get, we'll probably get out there at like 10 or 10 p.m. or something, but still have most of the night. Weather's looking really good. Perfectly clear skies already. We're not even there. So, we got a couple hours, about 3 hours left driving, and we'll be there. But the direct flight from Birmingham to Vegas is definitely helpful. Makes, I'm not like, I don't feel worn out, I don't know. Troy, you worn out yet?
Nope.
Yeah. I mean, it's like, I don't know, it shouldn't be this way, but just having a connection, just, I don't know, getting on and off and getting back on again, getting back off again. It just makes the trip, you're just worn out. And last time I flew into Vegas, it was at night, and I was trying to get to Death Valley and got to Death Valley at like midnight. So it's going much better now. So it'll be a good night.
We don't see a lot of daylight on those trips.
Yeah, it's cool, like actually seeing, some daytime scenery here. There's a big solar farm over there. Tracker?
Nope.
I mean, I've got one. You can use it.
No, I'm not. I don't know you have one of your trackers.
Well, I won't use my tracker probably every single night at the same time.
When you were pulling out, I'm like, oh my god.
Well, you almost didn't want to bring it anyway.
I almost didn't want to bring it anyway.
Well, there you go.
But I didn't want to bring it because it's harder to set up. Sell it.
Yeah. So here we are, night one, heading into the middle of nowhere. And Troy just realized he didn't bring his tracker. But that's okay, because I have two of them. So we will be alright.
That's when I left all the extra space in my camera box for.
Yeah, you were wondering what all that extra space was for.
Absolutely. That's what all that space was for.
Well, now you know. Alright, now it is 7:50 and we're about...
We don't know if it's 7:50 or not.
Yeah, well, we don't really know what time it is because it keeps changing from Utah to Arizona because Arizona is not on daylight savings time. But we are about an hour away from the hotel, and I was just looking out the window a minute ago and could see how bright the Milky Way is, and we're not even really there yet. So pretty excited. It's pretty clear out there, very clear. So almost there, final stretch.
Done.
Here we are, cooking Astro ramen, as God intended. We just set the time lapses up way into it's like a half a mile hike into the toadstool hoodoo. It's pretty cool back in there. And here's the Jeep stuff. Now we are cooking the Astro ramen. We went to the toadstool hoodoo. That's very cool.
Probably the coolest single thing that we've done.
Yeah. Yeah, it was very neat. Back in there, when the night first started off, there was a ton of air glow. And like it was like the foreground was actually even green. That was how much air glow there was, which I've never seen that before. The night's going good so far. It's 2 a.m. and here is Orion right there. You can see. There's Orion coming up. So I'm gonna be shooting some Orion stuff after eating some ramen. Weird power lines right here, so I can't shoot right exactly here. There's the Cygnus region of the Milky Way. Perfectly clear night, super clear. Going great so far. Feels great out here too. All right, so we're getting close to the end here. It's 3:45, finishing up shooting Orion. And I'm about to put my H-alpha filter on Orion, and while that's going, I'll go get all the time lapses at the hoodoo.
One of the neater places we've been to anyway.
Yeah, it's pretty cool place. Couldn't really shoot Cygnus because it was right by this highway, and it's like a truck. It's a trucker route apparently. But I mean, for showing up in the dark, I feel like it's been a good night. I
think it's been an excellent night for showing up as late as we did because of the delayed flights and all.
I mean, well, we got out here at like 10:30 or so, 11.
Something like that.
So I know we got a couple of good time lapses that have been going back in there for 3-4 hours at the very least. And then we probably got some good single images of just the hoodoo. Like I know I shot one that had Andromeda right up next to the hoodoo thing. That was pretty cool. So, a lot of air glow tonight. I was using my 6mm all sky time lapse lens, and it was a lot of ripples going across the sky, gravity waves.
And I'm torn with the air glow. Sometimes I like it, sometimes I wished it wasn't there. I just like the more natural look at the sky without it, but
you don't like the orange,
particularly. I definitely don't like the orange. The green's okay. If I've got to have air glow, I want it to be the green. But
yeah, I prefer the green, but I kind of like it when there's the rainbow, where it's like green and orange rainbow gravity waves going through.
The orange looks too much like light pollution to me.
Oh, yeah.
The pictures to me look like you've just had to mask out a whole bunch of light pollution, and I just don't like it.
Yeah. It's cooled off a lot though out here. That's for sure, huh?
It has cooled off a lot. My favorite time of the year when it starts cooling down.
Oh yeah. It feels really good out here. It was windy. It was really windy when we first got in there, and now it's kind of pretty calm now.
It's super calm.
So, good night one.
Excellent night one.
Excellent night one. Over and out. Oh, and we checked into our hotel too before we came out here. And there's 2 beds in there.
There is 2 beds.
And it says on Google, 2-star hotel.
You will not confuse it with a Ritz-Carlton.
No. I've never seen anything described as a 2-star hotel until now. Now I know.
And it actually seemed really clean.
Nah, it's fine.
It's fine. I knew I'd like it when I walked in. There was a Tombstone poster on the wall.
Oh yeah.
I knew it had to be a good place. Nothing says class like Tombstone.
All right. All right, we got the Polaris going here, the Benro Polaris, and my Astro modded camera shooting Orion. Here's Orion. Got the chair set up here. About to start the H Alpha and go get all the time lapses. Just hiking around. All right, we're going to get the time lapses on the trail. The dusty trail, literally. Pretty dusty. All right, we saw a fireball, small fireball, burner, in between a burner and a fireball. And we had to stop and see if we caught it on video, which we almost did. No. All right, we are on the way back. Night 1 is finished. Should be coming up on blue hour here in a few minutes. It's 5:21, probably about 20-30 minutes from blue hour. So I'll probably shoot Orion a little longer tomorrow night to get it up higher in the sky. Because the higher it gets, better it is. And more H Alpha can get. But we got some really good time lapses with some cool meteors right over the toadstool hoodoo. Both of us caught those, which is cool. And we went and got the time lapses come back. Now it took me 8 years to pack everything up. About that.
Close to.
And so far, the Jeep, let's see, you can't really see that. We'll show the Jeep progression as the week goes on, how it fares. I can go ahead and tell you it's not going to fare well, the condition of the Jeep as far as cleanliness. But we're pretty good still tonight. Yeah. We've got a garbage bag. It's got garbage in it. So now we're gonna go to sleep. stage and got something to eat. And we went and scoped out the Horseshoe Bend. We definitely liked it. We got all kind of ideas going there for that one. As you can tell, the road is a little bumpy. A little bumpy road here. See a car up there ahead of us. We're kind of wondering if anybody's going to be out here with us tonight.
No, we'll be fine. Did you get that chipmunk crossing the road?
Nah. Here we are at White Pocket. We got out here about, we don't even know what time it is anymore. This is the running joke on this trip because have we talked about this on the vlog yet?
I don't know, but you can literally walk 100 yards. Your phone will change an hour. You can walk 50 yards and it'll change an hour the other way.
Yeah.
So we're right on the edge of the mountain and...
Well, it's all mountain time. It's just that Arizona doesn't observe daylight savings time. So
That's
it's
right.
an hour. So it's like the same as Pacific time.
But we're right on the Utah. We're literally rock throwing distance at any given point from Utah to, we can throw a rock either way and it'll land in Utah or it'll land in Arizona. It's just a weird little dynamic.
Anyway, we got here with about 2 hours of daylight left, and the trail did get very sandy towards the end. Do you think we're going to be able to get out of here?
Yeah.
Side note?
Yeah. I'm confident.
I'm like 90% confident.
Have I let you down yet?
No,
Okay.
Yeah. But even if we got stuck, somebody will be here in the morning.
There's another red Jeep right there.
Yeah.
Those people camping, we'll just wake them up.
Yeah. How would they get us out?
They pull us out. We have to tie something.
Yeah. Well, anyway.
We're not going to worry about that.
We're not going to happen. We'll be fine. But anyway, the same was we got here 2 hours spare. Made a mad scramble. And this place is incredible.
It's a little overwhelming. There's so much stuff. There's so much stuff that you see, and you want. Oh, I want to shoot this. Okay, if I shoot this and then I walk over here, I can shoot this and then come down further down the trail. And that's basically what I did. I went and set a time lapse up on top of the ridge up there, and then I started working my way down the mountain and shooting as I went along.
Yeah, I think I got overwhelmed with all the things to shoot, and I have the least amount of cameras operating right now because of that, getting overwhelmed, where I just kind of had a mental shutdown there for a few minutes. But I'm back. We've got the coffee. White Pocket is definitely one of those places that you're not gonna get it in one night.
No.
You know.
No, and it's 2 hours, basically, an hour and 40 minutes of the ride over here was only 35 miles long. And you're off-road, you're on a dirt road, washboard, driving slow, then you're in sand.
Yeah.
You know, so an hour and 40 minutes of your time is just getting the last 35 miles in here.
Yeah. But it's amazing, and it's 10:40 now, so we're about to go shoot some Astro portraits and up on the top of the ridge there. It's cooling off a lot and very quickly. So I think we're at 6,000 something feet elevation.
I checked it earlier.
And it's definitely getting a little chilly. So anyway, we'll check back in later on in the night. Alright, we are on the way out from White Pocket. It's a great night. Really, really good. I mean, like, as good as it gets for Astro. Super clear. What was your favorite part, Troy?
I guess my favorite part was when I was up there at that gap in those two mountains. You know, setting up that time lapse and starting that time lapse. Just
in 1,000 feet, slight right.
Really, really good up there.
Yeah. It's gonna be a good time lapse. My favorite part was going up on the sandstone. Oh, I could say it into the microphone. My
Slight
favorite
right.
part.
Then turn
Shut
left.
up! My favorite part was going up on the sandstone and I laid down up there as my tracker was
Turn right.
doing a pano and stuff. And I kind of fell asleep for a little while, but it was just, and then I would wake up, kind of come to, and would just see the stars, and it was awesome. Really, really cool night. And now we're on the way back to the hotel to get some sleep. All right, we're back traveling. We actually have had a major change of plans. We're heading to Death Valley National Park instead of staying in Page the next 2 nights because the forecast called for clouds, and it's pretty high confidence in the chance of clouds tonight and tomorrow night. So instead of just sitting in Page being clouded out, we decided to just drive 6 hours to Death Valley National Park, which puts us closer to Saturday morning. We'll only have to drive back 2 hours to Vegas to catch our flight home. So it's more driving in the end, but it'll make driving back Saturday morning and getting back to our flight will make it a whole lot easier. So it definitely is a lot more driving that Troy is doing, all of so far. But in the end, it's a lot. I mean, we felt like we really didn't have a choice because it would just be either this or just sit in Page with clouds and not do any Astro, which would, that's the whole reason we're out here. So here we go on the way to Death Valley. We're out here on the Mesquite sand dunes, and when we were driving up, it looked like it was really a big, like, sand cloud. It looked crazy, but it's kind of far away from where we are, and there's not a lot of sand blowing around. There's a little bit, but we're just kind of looking at trying to figure out where we're going to set everything up, what we're going to do tonight here at the sand dunes. All right, we are. Tell them where we are.
Well, I assume we're at Zabriskie Point.
Yep.
We we started out at the Mesquite Flats sand dunes with all the hope in the world, and we went down there and just basically got our asses handed to us over on that deal. Tons of lights, tons of cars, tons of people flashing lights around out in the dunes. It was an absolute perfect storm of problems. Cars going down the road. It was less than desirable.
The place was terrible. I'm all for, trying to make like the best of a bad situation, and I feel like there's some skill in taking the, not ideal conditions and making the best of it. But that was ridiculous. And I've seen a bunch of images, from that place that were great. And I'm like, I don't know how they did it. Because there were truckers just coming by. This is bothering me. There were truckers coming by like every 2-3 minutes with huge bright lights, and it was hitting the mountain that we were shooting into. That was, the foreground. It was skimming, all the light was skimming across the top of all the dunes, and I had a time lapse on a slider going probably 3/4 of a mile into the dunes, and on that time lapse it's just lights just going crazy and everything. Unlike last night with the boats on the Colorado River, they actually kind of ended up looking cool.
I thought they looked real cool.
But in the time lapse, but these lights did not look cool in the time lapse.
These had no redeeming quality whatsoever.
So,
and the funny thing is like when we were supposed to come here in the spring, or Jason came here in the spring and I didn't get to come, the Mesquite Sand Dunes was the number one place on my list that I wanted to go. You get all these you get all these grand ideas in your head of how perfect it's going to be, this, that, and the other thing. You know, and it's, when you get there, you know, you just can't be afraid to pull the plug and say, hey, that's enough.
It's not working.
This is not going to get any better.
Troy knew before I did, and then I was trying to fight it, and then it didn't take me that long, maybe 15 more minutes, and I was like, this place is terrible. We should just leave. So that's what we did. We left. I've been here before. We tried to go to 20 Mile Mule Canyon, but the road was closed. But I've been here before. It's a good spot. The skies are clear. We're shooting.
Easy setup.
And so that just leaves us with tomorrow night going to Badwater Basin, which I also been there, and I know it's good.
And that's another thing about the sand dunes. It's not an easy place to set up. You're walking in really, really soft sand that slides out from under you when you're trying to climb a hill.
Yeah.
You know, but I mean, that is to be expected. I mean, I don't even care about things like that. You know, but then you come to a place like this and you got a nice concrete, basically dance floor out here.
Yeah.
And, you know, you just set your tripod up. It's easy to level. You know, but that being said, I mean, those times that you have to work, you know, those times you have to work for the picture that you got, that's kind of what when you look back at it, that's what you'll remember. Oh, you know, I had to work for that, but it came out good.
Yeah.
You know, there was a picture I took last night, and I had to crawl down in this little bitty hole between these rocks. It was kind of like a little miniature cave sort of thing. And you know, I'll remember when I look back at that image and I see it, I'll remember, hey, that was kind of difficult to get down in there, get the camera set up. I mean, because last night, I mean, I was having to put my head down on the ground and reach back up over my head to touch the shutter release on my camera.
Yeah.
You know, and so, I mean, with a thing like the sand dunes and being sandy and hard to deal with, you know, that's part of it, and that's the parts that you remember when it turns out good.
It was the cars that I couldn't deal with.
Yeah, it was just lights and people.
Yeah, there was a lot of people in there.
And there was one really cool big pile of these bleached dead trees that you just love to find for a foreground, and then there was a motorhome parked directly behind them.
Yeah. I'm actually thinking about, I was gonna go there for I'm putting on a workshop next spring in April to Death Valley, and that was gonna be one of the locations because so many people do workshops there at that location. I was like, surely it's good. And I was supposed to go last spring, but it clouded me out that night, and so I didn't go. And so I'm glad I went tonight to figure out that it's not for me. I mean, it may be for other people, and that's fine. Yeah, but I mean, you know, it's just not for me.
Yeah, I mean, other people. You know, that's the thing about what we do. Not everything. Even just between Jason and I.
Yeah.
We a lot of times we shoot the same exact thing and come up with two totally different images. You know, and somebody else can go over there and maybe they can make that work for them.
Yeah.
And there's nothing wrong with us for not being able to make it work, because maybe they go somewhere that we find easy and they can't make it work. It's just difference in style.
Yep. So I think I'm going to change my workshop to going to the racetrack, because it's also a banger location. It's my favorite location in Death Valley. The reason why I didn't put it on the workshop to begin with is the difficulty of getting there. Like, you know, it will require a 4-wheel drive vehicle with high clearance and all that kind of stuff. And but it'll be worth going, for sure. But the weather here's the silver lining of the whole thing. Us shooting tonight, it had light rain in Page a couple hours ago, where we were, gonna be tonight. So we would have not got any of this anyway.
No, at least we had a chance.
We had a chance.
So you're saying that there's a chance?
So you're saying there's a chance, and we're getting some stuff now. I'm shooting now. I'm shooting Cygnus, and I'm gonna do some foregrounds, and so I know I'll have at least one solid shot, and all that. So we could be just sitting at the Knights Inn in Page, Arizona right now, or actually we'd be laying down and going to sleep probably. But
yeah,
Page is a neat town. I liked it.
Page was a neat town. Kind of laid out, kind of neat.
Yeah. What do you think is going to be one of your favorite images from this trip so far?
My favorite from this is probably going to be
that tree one at White Pocket.
Well, the tree one I didn't shoot.
Yeah, you did. With the little dead limbs coming up out of the thing.
Oh no, yeah, no, that was. I mean, I like that one, but
in between the two.
Between the two big rock formations up there.
That was a cool one.
Yeah, I like that one. Maybe the one from the sand dunes with all the people and the lights and the.
Yeah.
Maybe that'll be my favorite. I don't.
Yeah.
I mean, just guessing, but.
I
know where you're going. You're going to you got the sarcasm that time?
Yeah, I caught it that time.
Okay. So if I ask the same question and I already know the answer.
What do you think it is?
But it's when you were the tree in the hole.
The tree one, yeah. Yeah, I like the tree one, but then the one where you climbed up on the rock thing too.
Yeah. And I'm not much for taking pictures, having pictures taken of me.
That's a cool silhouette, though.
But it's far enough away that, you're not having to look too much at all of this. But and I found that a camera, they talk about cameras adding weight to you. I found that the camera's adding about 15 years to my face.
Nah.
Or either that or the stuntman you're hiring as my body double is a whole lot older than me.
Oh, the march of time. I keep looking at myself with pictures, and I'm like, when did my beard start going gray? It turns out it started a few years ago. I just now
kind of about the same time you started astrophotography.
Yeah, all the editing is probably making the beard go gray a lot quicker. All right, we shall see what's going on tomorrow for Badwater. Last night, got to finish strong.
Fun place to be.
Yeah, it would be pretty windy. We just went and looked up at Dante's View just because it looked like somewhere cool to go. And we were looking down on Badwater Basin, and it's got water in it, which is pretty sweet. We're gonna get some reflections tonight, so I'm pumped and even more excited to go now, because I did not get reflections when I was here in the spring. It was totally dry. So we'll be doing some star trails and some time lapses with the reflection. It's going to be very nice. All right, we're traveling again, and we had a interesting turn of events for tonight. We were going to go to Badwater Basin. Somehow we missed that the road is closed. So we are not going to Badwater Basin. Apparently there was a big rainstorm and the road is damaged or whatever. So we're now on the way to Alabama Hills, 2 hours away, because I couldn't really think of anywhere else to go. We thought about going to the racetrack, but the website said that all backcountry roads are also closed. So my ears are popping. We're going down a mountain pass here. What do you think about this whole situation, Troy?
Well, this little situation right here is cool. This is a cool drive, but yeah, that was just, and the thing about it is we drove past the entrance to Badwater Basin 3 or 4 times, and it's literally 50 yards off the main road that says road closed in a big bright yellow with a big bright yellow sign.
Yeah.
And we never noticed it.
We never even looked back there to see, because we just, I mean, who would have thought? We didn't think that we would need to. So anyway, this has been our life on this trip, is doing audibles, calling audibles.
Which is fine, you know. Even that adds to the fun of it. You know, I mean, you know, hey, you remember that time we had to punt twice, 3 times, you know, to get done what we wanted to do, and all that. That stuff doesn't freak me out like it does most people.
Yeah.
So I mean, I know one person in particular that Jason and I both know, that if that happened, he would just spin a cocoon and lay there and not be able to do anything. It just wouldn't happen.
Yeah. Yeah, and I don't mind coming back to Alabama Hills, because it's a pretty sweet place. So there are, right now, we're not there yet. We're still about an hour and 15 minutes away, but there are a few clouds right now. So hopefully they will all blow out very quickly. All right, well,
Here we be.
at the boot arch.
Clear skies. Milky Way just about to peek out.
Yeah, I mean, any moment it's gonna peek out. I have to tell my boot arch story. So I came here in April, and when my first time to come to Death Valley, and I came up here, and I was gonna come up here for a couple of days. Well, I shortened it to 1 day because I wanted to go to the racetrack and weather and stuff, so I was only here for 1 night. I came here and I thought I took great foreground images, and it turns out 0 of them were in focus. I don't know if I just kept hitting my focus ring, but there you go. It was one of those nights where I just wasn't firing on all cylinders.
Well, I'll be honest with you, as much as I like Milky Way stuff, I would just as soon see this time lapse that's going to come out of the clouds coming across the top of Mount Whitney, which that right there is Mount Whitney is the tallest peak in the contiguous United States. At what, 11,000? I mean,
14,000
some odd.
500 something.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, we're just doing some daytime, just cloud time lapses right now. So we were like, we're shooting something to end our trip out, and so here's what we're doing. And you know, honestly, Alabama Hills is such a beautiful place. It's popular for a reason, because it's gorgeous. And it's one of those places where it's kind of like White Pocket, where you're like, is this real?
Yeah. A few minutes ago, I made the statement driving over here. There's a place back that I'd really like to sometimes spend some time getting some pictures of. But I told him, I said, if I just close my eyes and then open them, and you said, hey, I just dropped you on the surface of another planet, I would believe you. It was it's so bizarre seeing something that your brain just doesn't quite process.
Yeah.
You know, and it just doesn't process it as something that's normal. Now I can look out here and I can see all this scrub brush and creosote bushes and rocks and stuff, and I can process that. But that stuff back there, it just doesn't.
Yeah.
The math is not mathing, as they say.
Yeah. And we wouldn't be here right now if the road to Badwater would have been open. So serendipity.
I can honestly say I would probably rather be getting what I'm getting right now than Milky Way shots over Badwater Basin. Besides that, it's what, 71, 72 degrees, and it was 100 and,
it was
102 or 3 when we
Yeah.
left there.
It was so hot. It was super hot. Yeah. I mean, you know, it could clear up here in a second. I mean, we'll see.
I mean, as long as, you know, a Category 5 hurricane wind comes through, this will blow out.
Yeah. I mean, but what if, just what if, it starts clearing out and you could have a little peekaboo time lapse with the clouds?
I'm fine with that.
I mean, I'd go for it.
Yeah.
So we'll just kind of hang and, you know, we'll just kind of play it by ear, see what's going on. We do have our flight out of Vegas at 9 a.m. So.
And we're only on the far north end of the park now?
No, we're not in Death Valley at all anymore.
That's right.
Yeah.
Alabama Hills is not in Death Valley.
But I mean, it comes up like right up beside it.
Yeah, I mean, they border.
But we're 4 hours away from Las Vegas right now. But when we leave here about midnight or so, we'll swing by the room, get our stuff, take a shower maybe to not stink up the plane, and then head on back to Las Vegas. So it's not a bad way to end the trip. I mean, this is a gorgeous place. This is a place you take the family to.
I've already texted Lisa and told her we're coming here in December.
Yeah. Now I wouldn't be able to talk Dakota into like coming out here and camping. You know, we'd have to stay in Lone Pine.
I'll stay in Lone Pine.
She's an avid indoor woman. But
I mean, Lisa, if I even mentioned the word camping,
oh, she's in.
No, she would stab me in the eye with a pencil. But you know, we'll find a place in town, a little small B&B, Airbnb.
Yeah. Take out some.
But I definitely want to come up here and kind of explore this place a little bit.
Yeah.
In a non-hurried fashion.
Right. Yeah. We are pros at showing up right as it's getting dark.
You can give us, if you said in 17 hours, 41 minutes, you're going to need to be ready to shoot the Milky Way. We're still going to be late. If we're on scene already, we're still going to be rushed at the very end.
We're going to get there an hour before complete darkness.
Yeah.
No matter how long we have before.
Yeah.
You're just always rushing. So.
I mean, you always forget the little things. You forget hey, we've got to stop and get a bag of ice. We've got to stop and get water.
Yeah.
You forget those things. And what we need is just a big, one of those off-road $125,000 vans.
Yeah.
That all that stuff is stored in. And
organized.
Yeah, it's not push it, but.
Oh, I'll have to take the camera into the Jeep and give a tour of the interior right now.
You know, it was pretty good up until today.
No, it hasn't really been that bad.
It kind of.
Because the tripods are, you know, like we've got a system, even though we didn't mean to.
Yeah.
Food's over here, tripods over here.
Yeah. But I don't know. Let's see how this turns out. I probably need to go check my camera and make sure it's working right.
Yeah. All right, 10-4.